I have been hearing a lot of people asking questions. They'll say, well, you know, what do I say when I pick up a bottle? Or what do I say to get a three-way call? Or what do I say? So the next part of this call is going to be rapid fire. What do I say? You might use the 100 text challenge to get into this point, right? Because you want to make sure that you can talk to somebody on the phone, because texting doesn't invite the same way as talking does. So if you haven't seen the 100 text challenge video, go back on my YouTube channel and watch that. It's about 15 minutes and it'll give you all of what this means, but it's a way to get to somebody, to talk to them without, to get them on the phone, right? Because people don't usually pick up their phone, but if you text them first and say, hey, got a minute, you know, to talk, can I call you tonight after work? What time's a good time to call you? Oh my gosh, I have something to tell you. So on and so forth, some of those. So what to say to an invite to an RRP? Listen, you know, I just started a new, I always say the very most important thing about inviting to an RRP is to clear the date. 100%, you must clear the date first. And what that sounds like is, hey, Patrick, what are you doing Thursday night? If they say nothing, you have a green light. If they say they're doing something, I always say, oh my gosh, my bad. I meant Saturday morning. That's why we have 2 different dates on the calendar. So as soon as you get that green light, the invite might sound like, oh my gosh, I started a brand new project. I'm celebrating having some of my favorite people over. Oh my gosh, it wouldn't be the same without you. You can make it right. So assuming that they're coming, you can make it right. I always end with that. What do you drink, red or white? Like a lot of these little quick sayings are important. Now, what I want to say about all this, because I'm going to be going rapid fire through a lot of what to says here, you can always come back and listen to the recording, but the most important part is practice, guys. I can rattle anything off anytime. Why? Because I've practiced. This all takes practice. I've typed it out in notes. I've practiced it in front of the mirror. I've practiced it with prospects. I've practiced it by training other people. Practice, practice, practice. So there's a lot of ways to invite to an RRP. Oh my gosh, I just got involved doing something on the side. Do you remember, Cindy, how we said we really wanted to take our kids to Disneyland? Well, I found a way to do it. You've got to come out and see what I'm doing. So you can also invite with your why. Personally, I've started a new project. I'm celebrating. You've got to come. Wouldn't be the same without you. If somebody says, what is it? The best answer over the last 6+ years I've come up with is, oh my gosh, it's 90% visual. Just come. You have to see it. You can make it right. I got to jump off the phone. Somebody's at the door. Be excited. Be enthusiastic. If they say, what is it? Do not answer all the questions, guys. The questions are to be answered and the information is to be given at the RRP. Remember, you are just the commercial. You are not the entire movie. So get off the phone. Really do not go on and try to explain to them what you're doing. So that's what to say to invite to an RRP. And what to say when they ask you, what is it? Don't tell them, right? Sometimes I'll say, oh my gosh, if I tell you now, I'll have to kill you. Just come, okay? You're coming, right? You can make it. What do you want, red or white? I get them off the topic of asking me. What to say to invite to a Facebook party. This is a good one, guys. I get this question all the time. It's very much the same, but what I love with inviting to a Facebook party, if you just look, and Laura Caperton gave us a great little training on what she did, and I loved it. It was brilliant, where she looked to see who was active on Facebook. When she saw who was active on Facebook, she went right into Messenger and started to message them, because they're right there, they're active, they're probably going to see it right away. And a great thing to say to somebody on Facebook, hey, Patrick, is there any chance you're going to be, is there a chance you could be on Facebook Thursday night at 7 o'clock? Who doesn't say yes to that? Almost everybody does. Great, I got something. You wait until you see this, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I'm going to send you an invite. Tune in. It's just going to be a quick 15 minutes. Guys, we usually go 15 to 30 minutes, but if you say it's less time, they're more likely to get on because people are busy. You know, you can make it, right? Can't wait. I'm sending you an invite now. Click on it and accept. Okay, that is vitally important that you send the invite right then. And the reason why you want to do that is because they just said, yes, I'm going to be on Facebook. Great, I'm sending you an invite. You have to see this, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. If you can't talk, you have to express enthusiasm. Okay, so you want to get them on. You want them to accept that invite immediately and say they're going, say they're going, say they're going, say they're going. So that on your Facebook party, the ratio is 25 invited, 20 going, okay? Who wants to go to a party where nobody's going? So when people look at the invite, they're like, oh my gosh, look at all these people that are going. So you want a ratio that looks like that. So that's what I would say to invite to a Facebook party. What to say to follow up after a Facebook Live. Okay, so guys, if you do the Facebook Live right, and you're asking people to comment, I get people to comment on the Facebook Live by giving a free giveaway. So I'll say, listen, we got a free giveaway. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be amazing. You're gonna want this prize. You get a ticket in the drawing if you comment. So put a comment down there. If you have a question, put a question down there. We love questions even more than comments. You get 2 tickets in the drawing if you have a question. So don't be timid, don't be shy, throw a question up there. We want to see, you know, what you're thinking. If you have any questions, comments and questions, we love it. And then throughout the Facebook Live, I'll come back and just say that again. So if somebody got on a little bit late, they're commenting, because the people that are commenting are the people that are on there. The people that are on there, you want to make sure and have them you want to know who they are, right? So that you can follow up with those people specifically. But you also want to follow up with anybody that says, I'm going, because why? They accepted the invitation. After the fact, that Facebook Live party becomes a permanent recording. It has a link to it. All you got to do is copy and paste the link and send it to anyone who said they were going, who maybe didn't see it. So everybody that said they were going, guess what? That's who you follow up with. So when you follow up on the Facebook Live party and maybe they didn't comment, you might ask them a question. So I always say, when you're texting and you're messaging, 3 things that are vitally important. Number 1 is that you elicit curiosity. Number 2, it's short. Very, very short. If you're texting or messaging, it's short. No one has time to read your novel or your chapter, right? And number 3, you end it with a question. Number 3 is the most important. End it with a question. Oh my gosh, we had such a blast on the Facebook Live. I didn't see you comment. Question, were you on? Okay, they have to come back and answer you. That's how you get back into the engagement process of finding out and getting to them from the Facebook Live. Were you on? If they say no, oh my gosh, you have to see this. If I send you the link, will you take a quick look at it? It's only 15 minutes. Well, if it was 25 minutes or 30 minutes, so what? It's only 15 minutes. Gets them to say, oh, I could have 15 minutes. They'll go and take a look at it. Following up after an RRP. Right? Every single person that came to that RRP, if they purchased something, call them the next day and thank them. Tell them how to use it. Make sure they know. If they didn't buy anything, call them the next day and say, oh my gosh, we were so busy last night. I didn't even have a chance. I know you were interested in something. It looked like you might've been interested in the night cream. Did you want to try it? Can I get you a sample to try? Okay. Follow up, at least get them trying some samples. The next person about the RRP, the person who didn't come, what to do with them? Okay, call them, right? Okay, listen, call them. 99.9% of the time, they are not gonna pick up the phone. Why? Because they feel guilty that they didn't come to your party. That's fine. I love when I get a voicemail message. And I just say on the voicemail message, oh my gosh, Patrick, you were so missed last night. We had so much fun. Oh my gosh. Just want to tell you you were missed. And I really just want to tell you to have an awesome day. Don't try to sell them. Don't try to say, oh, you can come next time. Don't do anything. Just be fabulous, because guess what? The next time you call them, they're going to take your call. Because why? You didn't try to sell them. You didn't try to bug them. You didn't try to hound them. And you didn't make them feel guilty for not coming to your party. So rapid fire, right? got a lot of things to talk about. So I just want to tell you that. Call them, follow up with them. How long do you follow up with somebody? Until you read their obituary, right? I follow up with people for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 18 months, longer than that. I just keep in touch with them, right? Be fabulous. At some point, they're probably going to buy, or they're going to lead me to somebody else. So always follow up, okay? Follow up, follow up, follow up. So those are the follow-ups on the what to say. Okay, how to transition to a three-way call, right? What to say to transition to a three-way call. So whether you're following up with somebody and you're asking how they liked the product, right? Or you're following up with somebody and you're talking about what they thought about the video, or you're following up with somebody and you're trying to get a time to talk to them, whatever it is, you're looking for them to do one of two things: ask a question or not ask a question. If they ask a question, the transition is easy. The best answer to every single question is, oh my gosh, I don't really know. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure about that. Hold on a second. Let's call Patrick. Let's ask Patrick. Immediately transition to a three-way call. What if they say, how much is it? Oh my gosh, I don't even know. As a matter of fact, there's so many promotions going on right now. Hang on a second. We've got something amazing. I just can't remember what the pricing is. Let's call Patrick. Hold on a second, right? Transition to a three-way call. What if they don't ask you a question? Just listen for the clues. Continue to ask them, right, about what's happening with them, because it's really easy. Then they're going to tell you something about something, whether maybe they don't have the money or they don't have the time, whatever it is. Oh my gosh, that reminds me of a friend of mine. You have got to hear Patrick's story. Oh my gosh, hold on a second. He's super busy. Let me see if I can get him on the phone. Go ahead and transition. Listen, people are used to being put on hold. We're put on hold all the time, our whole life. When you say, hold on a second, they hold on a second. It's natural, it's normal. It's not weird. We all hold, and they will hold and they will wait. Transition to a three-way call. So either to tell a story, or for them to hear a story, or to answer a question. Now, a big hint here: if you're going to sit down and make some follow-up calls, if you're going to go pick up a bottle, if you're going to follow up on your RRP, or if you're going to follow up on your Facebook party, if you're going to do any kind of follow up, just alert in a text message 2 or 3 of your leaders all at once in a group text and say, hey, is anyone available for the next hour? I'm going to be making a couple of calls. Somebody will come back. Somebody will be your safety net. Somebody will be there to help you. There's tons of help here. Doesn't have to be your upline, can be your crossline. That's another reason to go to conference, by the way, because you want to meet people that can help you. You want to form relationships. This business is all about relationships, right? Not only with people that you're talking to, but relationships within the business. Okay, what else? What to say when you pick up a bottle? Oh, that's not a difficult one. By the way, guys, when you give the bottle to someone, and I know Patrick's a firm believer in this, he does it all the time, and so do I. When you leave somebody with some kind of sample, you have to set the follow-up right then. I always say, look, that's my only tester. I got a wait list a mile long. Oh my gosh, I got to get that bottle back. Can I get that bottle back from you on Friday when I see you in the carpool line? Or should I get that bottle back from you on Sunday when I see you at church? Which one's better for you? I give them a choice. I'm all about the choice close in whatever I'm doing. So set the follow-up. So when you go to pick up the bottle, I would always the night before, remind them that you're picking it up. Or if they're bringing it to you, because a lot of times I'll say, hey, listen, I got to get that back. Could you bring it back to me on Tuesday night at 7:30 at Mimi's Cafe in Irvine, right? Bring it back to me at the market party, because guess what? They're going to see some more information. So there's a lot of interesting tricks that you can use around them bringing the bottle back to you. You could have them bring the bottle back to you to your RRP. Hey, what are you doing Tuesday night? Can you bring the bottle back to me, back to my house, having a few people over for wine and cheese? Oh my gosh, you just should join us, but bring the bottle back then, right? Bring the bottle back to you. Get the bottle to be the boomerang, right? You don't want to chase down every single bottle. But when you go to get the bottle, if you're meeting somebody at Starbucks, when you go to get the bottle, the first thing I always say was, oh my gosh, didn't you love it? Because I want to set the expectation that they loved it. I want to tell them how they felt about it. I don't want to leave anything to chance. I'm going to plant the seeds. This business is about planting seeds. So I'm going to tell them, oh my gosh, didn't you love it? You know what everybody notices? The first thing everybody notices how amazing their skin feels. Didn't you notice like how great and smooth your skin felt the next morning after you rinsed off the night cream or whatever it was that you gave them? Plant the words in their mouth. They 99% of the time say, oh my gosh, I know. I noticed that right away. Because people don't always notice the results, right? But if you tell them to remember how it felt or to recall that, they usually always have a very positive thing to say. As soon as they say something positive, I know, right? Isn't that incredible? Wait till you see how you feel in 30 days. I immediately ask for the sale. I don't waste any time. I am going to go for the sale because if there's an objection, I'm going to hear it then. I am going to ask fearlessly, boldly, with a lot of confidence and with a lot of posture. And I'm going to ask as though everybody says yes. And when they say something positive and they repeat something positive back to me, I'm going to go, I know, right? Look, let's get you some. I've got to get my bottle back. Wait till you see how you're going to feel in the next 30 days. Now you're going to have a full 30 days. All right, listen, where do you want me to send the bottle? Or I might say, okay, which credit card did you want to use? Like I move right to that immediately. If there's a problem, an issue or something, a question, they're going to say it. And I always act like when they ask a question, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a good question. So, and then I answer the question and then I go, all right, now let's go ahead and get you a bottle. And I act as though everybody does, and they do. Just try it, watch, move through it fearlessly. You will see. Pick up the bottle and get the order. What to say to a person who's already tried Nerium. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites, guys, because guess what? If someone's already tried Nerium, if someone's already heard about Nerium, that's at least 1 or 2 already exposures, right? It takes several exposures for somebody to buy your product or join your business. So in the process of all these exposures, somebody's already exposed this person already once or twice. So what to say to a person who's already tried Nerium? If I say, oh my gosh, have you ever heard of a product or a company called Nerium? And they're like, oh yeah, I've heard about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have? What do you know? Have you tried the product? And they might tell me a friend of mine was doing that. Oh my gosh, have you tried the product? No. Wow. Come to mama, because now I'm going to get you to try the product. I'm going to be able to give you the product to try. I have so many people that I run into. By the way, I would say 95% of the people that I talk to have never heard about Nerium. Never. And in Southern California, we had a massive growth here when the company started. So you would think this area would be saturated. It is not. It is not. But when I run into a person occasionally, I'm always excited. I always feel, okay, good, you've already been exposed. I just know I have a little bit of work to do and I'm probably going to get you. So here it is. Somebody says, I've already tried the product. I say, oh my gosh, did you try the product? First thing I always ask, what do you know? And then if they say they've tried it, oh my gosh, you've tried the product. Oh my, didn't you love it? Always give them that positive. And they usually say, well, I don't really know. It was so long ago, I can't even remember. Oh my gosh, do you know that since then we've come out with 14 products and we're in, 13 countries. Wow, it's incredible what we've done. You cannot even believe the products we have now. And I get excited because I want them to say, really? What products do you have? Right? And if I come with a lot of excitement like that, and I create curiosity with them, they're going to ask me the question, right? Be ready then to sample the eye serum. Matter of fact, our eye serum works really, really quickly. Can I go ahead and try it on you? My gosh, I'm working on my database of before and after pictures. I just need to borrow your eyes for about 15 minutes. Oh my gosh, you're going to love it, right? So you can really, this is a positive thing. When somebody's already tried Nerium, when someone's already been out there, you're already now partway into the exposure process. If they say maybe, for example, that night cream, my husband just couldn't stand the smell. Oh my gosh, did you know that we have an international product now that is just hands down phenomenal? If I could, would you? If I could get you a bottle, would you be willing to try it for a week? Oh my gosh, you're gonna love it. Matter of fact, I have it right here. Let me put a little on the back of your hand. Look, oh my gosh, it smells awesome. Has a very light scent. Everybody is raving about this product, right? It's fairly new here in the US, but it's been our international product for years. So you guys, somebody that's already tried Nerium, just keep going. Don't get discouraged. That's a good thing, right? What to say to ask for the sale, okay? What to say to ask for the sale. I love this one because it depends, you know, whether they've been using the product and you're going through the sale that way. If you maybe gave them the bottle and at the time they didn't order, and you are making some rapid fire calls, get the person on the phone. And I always say, oh my gosh, Patrick, I always act like I'm so busy. I'm taking so many orders. Everybody wants this stuff. My business is booming. And I always take the posture of, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. I didn't mean to overlook you. Shoot, I just realized today you had tried that night cream and we didn't even get an order in. Or my gosh, you tried that Illumibus and we never got an order in. I'm so sorry. I'm putting some orders in right now. Why don't we get that order in right now? Because I'm just sitting down to do some other orders, right? Everybody else is. And people might say, well, you know, I'm not sure if I should get this or if I should get that. And I'm like, well, most people, I start a lot of sentences, well, most people buy the advanced skincare set. Most people buy the special that we have that's our beauty pack right now. I forget what it's called, but our beauty pack right now, the day cream, the night cream, and the cleanser, because if you buy all three, you can get that cleanser and you stay on them for 90 days, you can get that cleanser for free, right? Most people, you know, most people who get the night cream, you know, always get the day cream and the cleanser. Most people, oh my gosh, most people get the starter pack because they just want one of everything. And that way you can try all of them and decide what you really like. As a matter of fact, it's the best value. Most people, I always go that way. Most people, right? Posture, I'm confident. Most people already do this. I'm going to get your order because most people give me their order, right? Most people. So I do that a lot. You know, maybe it's the choice clothes. You know, which one did you want? I know you were looking at, you know, you had tried the eye serum, you know, and the eye patches. Let's go ahead and get you both, right? Or, you know, did you want the day cream and the night cream, or did you want the day cream, the night cream, and the eye serum? Which, or did you want all three, right? So I'm always working at trying to get more products all at once by suggesting, by saying most people, right? And Patrick does a good job of doing that as well. When it comes to the business, asking for the sale in the business is the best way to do that, guys, is, you know, repeating back somebody's why. Listen, I know, Patrick, that you were talking about taking that trip to Europe, and I know that that's been on your vision board for years. You know, doing what you're doing, when is that ever going to happen? This is a way. Partner up with me and let's get you started right now, and let's get you started working toward that trip to Europe. As a matter of fact, oh my gosh, if I have, you know, if I know that that's somebody's why, and Beau Short did a great training on this, I'm going to get a brochure when I sit down with them again. I'm going to get something that shows them this beautiful trip to Europe if they've told me about it, right? And that's why when you talk to people and you learn about people and you form people and you care about people and you listen carefully, you're going to get so many clues on how you can close them on the business. This is the best time to get started. Let's get you started with that starter pack. You're going to get a free ticket to the national conference. Coming to that conference is going to change your life. You're going to, everything that you ever wanted to learn about this company, you're going to see the big vision, and this is going to get you the biggest head start in this business, right? I might say, you know, when somebody gets great results with the before and after pictures with the eye serum, for example, I'm going to use the money question. The money question for them is going to be something like, oh my gosh, Patrick, with results like that, how many people do you know who would get great results? How many people that you know that would want results like these? Oh my gosh, we're just looking for people with skin. Like, I make it light, I make it funny, I make it soft, and I get him thinking. I want Patrick to start thinking about who's on his list, who has skin. Just looking for people with skin and a brain. Nobody wants to die ugly, dumb, or broke. Oh my gosh, think about it. I also, if they had a before and after picture with the eye serum, I immediately text it to their phone or airdrop it. And when you airdrop it, if you're sitting in Starbucks and a bunch of people's airdrops come up, tap them all, guys. Tap them all. that photo gets airdropped all around Starbucks. People are like picking up their phone. They're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I'm like, oh, sorry. Did you want to try some? Right? I'm not kidding you. I have done it and it is a total blast. I've gotten like 5 or 6 people all in Starbucks going at the same time. So don't forget to airdrop pictures. So send them their picture right away. And I would say, if I'm sitting with Patrick, I would say, oh my gosh, Patrick, let's have some fun. Let's text your before and after picture to 3 of your friends and let's just see what happens. See, I'm demonstrating how to do the business. I'm showing him how to do the business in the process of it. And so when I do this, we'll text the picture out to a few people, right? So he's going to text the picture out to a few people, but I'm going to stop him. I'm not going to let Patrick go off and say, it's Miriam, look at this. I'm going to be in control of the wording. And I'm going to have him text something like this. OMG, this is me in only 15 minutes. And send. That's it. And they're going to come back and say those 3 words. What is it? And I'm going to stay in control. And I'm going to have Patrick say something like, I'm finding out how to get at wholesale. I'll ping you back as soon as I find out, right? You've taught him how to create curiosity. You've taught him how to keep the person curious. You've taught him how to text pictures and how easy it is to do the business, because guess what? He was not chasing someone down selling him. He was piquing interest by sending the pictures. So really, really awesome way to do it. When a couple of other things, there's always, tell me, what did you like best about what you felt? What did you like best about what you saw? What did you like best about what you heard? What did you like best? You want somebody's best. What do they like best? They're going to give you favorable feedback. That's going to take you down the close process. So what are you thinking? So Patrick, what are you thinking? Stop, listen. You're going to hear what somebody says, right? Things that you can say to people so that you hear. What are you thinking? You can say that about the product or the business. What are you thinking? When you say that, they're going to say, well, I can't decide, should I get this product or that product, right? Well, get the starter pack. That's what most people do, right? So these are just things that you can say along the way. One I love, one of the closing questions I love when I'm asking for the close, especially for the business. Gosh, Patrick, well, what would prevent you? Let me ask you a question. What would prevent you? What would prevent you from getting started and getting on your way to taking the kids to Disneyland, getting on your way to taking that trip to Italy, getting on your way to paying off that debt? What would prevent you from getting started and getting on your way and letting me help you do that? What would prevent you, right? Repeat back their why. What would prevent you? You're going to find out what would prevent them. And then you'll be able to say, you know what? Hold on a second. You remind me of my friend, Anna. She didn't have the money either. 1 second, hold on, you've got to hear her story. Transition to a 3-way call, right? Again, you're hearing an objection, transition to a 3-way call. What would prevent you? So how do you see yourself getting started? Did you want to get just that starter pack and just become a product of the product and only just have enough product for yourself to try? Or did you want to get the biggest pack and get off to the fastest start that you could possibly get to? So do you want to do that? I love this this question. After small talking, maybe in a group after an RRP, you're kind of small talking, and you're small talking to somebody, and you're talking to them, and you're getting to know them. One of the guests, for example, and you say, "Well, gosh, Patrick, I got a question for you." Well, are we crazy, or are we on to something here? You're going to hear what they say. They never say you're crazy. Sometimes they say you're a little of both. Sometimes they say, oh my gosh, you're onto something, right? I know, right? Oh my gosh, you gotta jump in with us. We're having a blast. This is the time of our life. You're gonna meet the best people you've ever met, and you can again speak to their why. Why don't we have a little side gig? Come on, join us. This is gonna be fun. I never say, let's sign you up. Nobody wants to be signed up for anything. They don't want to be signed up for products. They don't want to be signed up for a business, right? Join us. You're going to love it. We're going to be on our way. You're going to meet some great people. This is going to be the time of your life. So you guys, I know we've probably gone over on time because I've been talking really, really fast, but I think you're getting the idea. The idea here is that if you don't ask 100% of the time, the answer is no. So you've got to ask for the sale these are great ways to ask and invite. People are always saying, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? There's a whole bunch of what do I says. You can go back and listen to the recording. And I want to share my screen one last time because I want to share one last thought, the thought of the day with you guys. And here it is, the next click, I do believe. Here it is. Those of us who dare to dream while others are having a nightmare will not only stand to inherit prosperity and abundance, but we shall lead the masses to do the same. The way that you lead the masses, guys, is by practice. You've got to go out and practice these techniques. You've got to go out and sample the products. You've got to get out of the fear that's inside your head. If you feel fearful, I did a video on overcoming the 5 kinds of fear that there are and how to do that. Go watch that, but get yourself busy. Use the 100 text challenge to get started. Follow up with people and get people on 3-way calls. You guys, this is your time. 38 days to the national conference. I cannot wait to be part of your success. I see Patrick pumping his arms again. You guys, thank you so much for being on here today. Make today the best day of your whole entire life. Raise your energy, raise the energy of the other people around you, and watch the magic happen. So I hope that's been helpful for you guys. Make it a great day. I'll see you next week, and I'm going to see all of you in person and hug your little necks 38 days from now at the national conference.